Hey, hi. Excuse me, Lisa Marie here. And normally I do my walk and talk and live videos in the Facebook page or group, but Facebook wasn't allowing it today. So I'm going to see how it works doing the video here. Already gone for my walk. Hubby and I went this morning, but I was sitting down after having my breakfast and realized, there was something that just kept repeating in my head from yesterday's walk and talk. And that was about planning for the detours, planning for the deviations that happen or that come up when we are trying to plan our day or our weekend or even an event. And the thing is that this weekend is a perfect example. We are going to breakfast with my sister and nieces, and we're going out to a restaurant. So I've learned that when I plan ahead, look at the menu ahead, think ahead, kind of like thinking what we think of a circumstance, how we perceive it, it actually turns out that way. So if we think of something coming up as going to be a failure, we're going to mess up, nothing's going to be there that I want, the day is going to be a bust, blah, 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 whatever, guess what's going to happen? That's going to become the reality. So instead, if we think ahead that, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be with friends, I'm going to be with family, we're going to chit-chat a whole bunch, we're going to catch up, it's going to be a lovely visit, and along with that, a side of a little bit of food. Kind of a different way of looking at it. The thing is, I'm planning ahead to what I'm going to be eating, and the interesting thing is that I have found when I plan ahead for a mistake or an oops or even a detour that comes up and happens. By the way, that means for me, packing a berry bag, having it by the door, basically it's grab and go stuff that doesn't necessarily have to be refrigerated. If I do need something in there that's refrigerated, like a protein drink or something, I either make sure I have a protein drink in there and I know we can stop for ice, or I hurry up and grab one of the freezer things and stick it in there. That's kind of planning for the detour. The thing about planning ahead also, and planning for what happens if something goes wrong or goes off plan, usually when we have it in our mind, guess what? We actually eat less. What? I know, right? But it's true. When I know I'm going to an event like tomorrow, and I know I'm going to be chit-chatting and busy and doing stuff, catching up, because I've already planned for that 250, 300 calorie meal, breakfast, and I've planned for it's about 27 grams of protein, I actually will eat slower, and I usually don't finish it all because I've planned for it. It's the oopses that our eyes catch before it goes into our mouth or our eyes say it and want it, and then we stick it in our mouth. Hello. That happens way too much. The old habits happened way too much. Anyway, when we plan ahead for something that's coming, a detour, an oops, a whatever, we plan and have our berry bag with us, especially in a stressful situation or an emergency situation. Our old way has a tendency of eating way too much and eating way too fast. That's when we need smaller portions of things. That's when we need to make sure we have those little 2-ounce cups, 3-ounce cups. And that's what we have filled with whatever it is. It's already cut into bites. It's already made small. It is already grab and go. And we've already accounted for what it is. You've already weighed and measured it. You already know. I write it on the top. I use a Sharpie and write it on the top what it is. 5 grams, a pea. I do a pea with a circle, 5 grams. And then if it's something I'm doing, either sugars or carbs, if it has that, I write that on it. I try to focus on the protein more than anything, and produce, because I figure those carbs are good complex carbs and they're good for us, and it doesn't matter how many vegetables you have. I don't know anybody. Nope, I don't know anybody who has gotten fat and overweight by eating too many vegetables. Look at gorillas. Gorillas are vegetarians. And they're big, but they're muscle and strong. They're not fat. They're not flabby. They're not overweight. No. And all they eat is produce. So there you go. Okay, so today and this weekend, next weekend, Father's Day is coming. Plan ahead. If you're going to a picnic and Aunt Sue makes the best 4th of July dessert that you've ever had in your whole life, and you really want a piece of that, then plan for it. No, you're not going to know exactly all of her ingredients unless she shares the recipe with you, and then you divide that by however many portions it looks like is in the container. You can have a good idea. It probably won't have any protein, and it will probably have a lot of carbs. But if you take a piece that's as small as your knuckles here at the top, this whole section across, this whole section right here, if you take a piece that big, that is a normal portion of carbs, should be. This whole hand should be your vegetables. The palm of your hand should be your meat. For me, it's half the palm of my hand and half of my big hand, and really only this much of my fingers right here, the nail, this part, that much is too much for me. But that's a normal hand portion of carbs, is this part right here, these knuckle parts. And this is your normal portion of vegetables, and your palm of your hand is the normal portion of meat, protein. So Aunt Sue's dessert is gonna look like all this with carbs and sugars. Just pick a piece that's that big and enjoy it one bite at a time. If you don't finish it, don't finish it. Savor the bites that are in your mouth. Try to go, oh yeah, that's what I remember. That's how it tastes. The funny thing is, after surgery, 90% of the things that we used to like and used to love don't taste the same. They don't taste the same. I blame it on the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve got cut and it sent everything haywire. I don't know for sure, but that's just the thing that seems to affect a lot of things. In any case, plan for the detour. Plan for the oops. Plan for the event. You'll be surprised at yourself. If you plan for the barbecued ribs and you plan for the potato salad and you plan for these different things, you won't know the exact count of what they are, but you can go into MyFitnessPal, you can go into Calorie King, you can go to Berrytastic, any of those, and a lot of people have put in their home recipe. So you can say, okay, that's a quarter of a cup, that's a whole cup, your whole fist is a whole cup. So just that, if you do this part of your fist right here with the knuckles and this part, that's a half a cup. This front part right here, quarter cup. Tablespoon is this part of your thumb. Teaspoon is this part of your finger. Pinch, you can, that's like 5 ounces right here, the whole palm of your hand. You can guesstimate what you're having. Use your hand on the side of the plate when you put portions on. Don't use the big serving spoon. Use your own little plastic spoon or get a regular soup spoon and use that. You can do this. I can do it. If I could do it, if I could do it, you can do it. I know you can. So have a good day. Have a good weekend and plan now for next weekend and any event that's coming up after Father's Day. You've got 4th of July and everything else that's coming up, but plan for it and you will be a success. Okay? Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Love ya. Bye. Good to see you too, Miss Lynn. I think I end it like this. I don't know.